Overall, huge green positive sentiment for the market in the last few days. This weekend has been really, really good for crypto. You can see that in the past 7 days, and even if you go past 2 days, you can see that we have green all over the place. Other than Toncoin that just dumped because we just had news that the founder of Telegram, which also owns Toncoin, he just got arrested in France. So if you want to know more about this, we can make a video about this on Wednesday. But overall, everything is in the green. And with this, as always, is a great place for us to sell options. We can sell calls or we can sell puts, see which one makes more sense for us. So let's take a look at this today, and we're going to sell an option on Bitcoin and an option on Ethereum. So stay tuned. Market sentiment is great. And the last time that we saw the Fear and Greed index, we're looking at around the 20-ish, I think it was 27, 28, I don't recall. But now we're looking at more than double. We're looking at 56 points, which is almost over the neutral zone and going into the greedy. This is huge news, especially if you were one of these people who was longing Bitcoin, even longing Solana. Solana had a huge upside. You can see 12% in just this few days during the weekend. So if we look at the price of Bitcoin in the daily chart, we see that it broke that little box that I drew the other day. You can see that the box is still drawn right here from Ethereum, which also broke the top of the box, and now it's trending close to the top of the Bollinger. Same thing here for Bitcoin. It's trending on top of the Bollinger, which we usually know it means that should slow down a little bit, even because we don't see a lot of volume down here. So we will have to wait and see what is happening here on Bitcoin. I believe it will trend around close enough to the Bollinger itself, and then it will try to meet the moving average, either this blue one here or the orange one, like it usually does right here. See, it did a couple of green days close to the Bollinger, and then it tested the average again. Same applies for Ethereum. I think Ethereum will slowly climb up towards the 3K. It will reach 2,900 maybe if we're lucky enough, and then it will test the moving average. For Ethereum, we do have a huge ceiling, which is the 100 moving average, which it will find very, very soon if it keeps this momentum going up. But for Bitcoin, we are above the 200 and the 100 moving average. So if Bitcoin pushes through, it will carry Ethereum as well. So let's take a look at the options that we have. Let's do calculations for both calls and puts on both sides, meaning for Ethereum and for Bitcoin. And then we can open our positions once we have all these numbers spread out for us to analyze. So let's start with puts, selling puts on the topics. Let's see. I'm looking at the 26th. Today is the 24th. I'm recording right before I go to sleep on a Saturday, but this video, you should see it on a Monday. So we're looking at a Monday expiration here. I put 6,200. I think that is a good place for us to start. If we zoom in a little bit and we trace down, 6,200 is around 3.5%. And if we go 3.5% up, we are going to be looking at around 6,600. So we have 62 and 66. Let's look at these numbers. 6,200 gives us $4.28 as a premium. If we do the math, we're looking at more than half a percentage, just a little over 24 hours from expiration. So just a little over a day. I still consider these to be daily, 0 DTE almost, or just over. Maybe we can go for 2 days expiration if you want to be very, very clear on what we're doing here. But nonetheless, 0.58% in just less than 48 hours is amazing. So let's keep that in mind. 0.58% here for the put side. For the call side, we're looking at a 66 like we saw before. So we go for the 66 here and we go for a 0.1, of course. And now the collateral, the margin required is higher, but the premium itself is also higher. So we go 1017, which is the premium that we're going to get. And we'll divide this by the 816. And here we're looking at 1.24%. We're looking at over 1% here for Bitcoin. So we can do two things. We can risk it and do this one, or we can even go further out of the money. Let's try going further out of the money to see if it makes sense for us to look for a 0.4, maybe a 0.5. So let's keep going up. Let's try the 6,700. We go right here for 8.1. Now we're looking at 3.21, which is less than 0.5%. So most likely it'll be around the 0.25, 0.35. Actually, it is decent. It is a 0.45%. So let's keep in mind this one is a 67,000 strike. If we go back here to the charts and we go see how far away it is from the current price, we go for the 67 here and we're looking at 4.5%. So do we believe that Bitcoin will go outside of the Bollinger by almost 4%? Well, I personally do not believe so. This is a good one for us to keep in mind. We're looking at a 4.5% above if we're selling a call, or a 3.5% below if we're selling a put. So now let's take a look at Ethereum, and then we're going to choose which one to go for each one of them. So for Ethereum, same thing. We have a Bollinger right around us, right close to us. Let me zoom in a little bit more so we can see these numbers better. So if we go 3%, 3.5% above, we're looking at 2,800. If we look 3.5% below, we're looking at 2,650. So 2,850, 2,650. And we're actually selling a put. So let's do this again, 2,650. So here we go over 3 contracts because of the size itself. And we're going to be depositing, locking up $900 in collateral, and we're going to receive 8.28. So if we do the math right here, we're looking at a 0.91%, which is very good. And again, what we can do is go a little bit further down with the strike to see a safer bet, or we can risk it. So let's see a safer bet, and then we can flip to the call side to see what is the return that we have. So for the 2625, 2,625 strike, we are looking at $5.52 for 838 in collateral. So if we do the math, it is still a 0.65%. And if we go to the charts to see how far away we are from that price, we're over 5.5%. So way more than we are looking for on the Bitcoin side. And this is for a put. So let's look at a call and see what makes sense for us. But let's keep in mind that this is really, really good so far. And I'm leaning more towards this than the call side. So let's check this call side anyways. So for the call side, we're looking at $12 for 800 deposited. So this is way over 1%. And here we don't even need 3 contracts to get close to that 1K. And here we're looking at 1.42% to get to 2850. So what we can do here, these numbers are crazy, by the way. These numbers are crazy. Maybe it's because I'm still further away than 24 hours. I'm a little bit further than 24 hours, but not 48 hours. So I'm less than 48 hours, a little bit above 24 hours, which gives the premium a little bit of versatility. So that could be a strategy that I could try out doing, replicating the next days. So let's take a look at even higher percentages, even higher strikes than we have right now. Maybe the 2,900. Let's see that how it looks. We go for 3. So for 3, we're making 759 by depositing 857, which is 0.88 here. And percentage wise, we are 4.78% away from the current price that it is right now. So these numbers are huge. These numbers are fabulous. Now, the matter is, which way should we go? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Do we think we'll see more volatility? Do we think we'll see green candles or red candles? If we switch to the 4-hour charts here, you can see that after it touched, this is for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, after it touched and went over the Bollinger Bands, it kind of plateaued for the last day. Same thing for Ethereum. It went and closed above the Bollinger, and then it plateaued a little bit. And now Ethereum is testing the resistance that it had at 2750, and now it became some sort of support. And for Bitcoin, it is testing the moving average right here. So my honest opinion is that Bitcoin will do and trace up this way, and Ethereum will do the same thing. It will trace up this way, looking for the 2,800, maybe a little bit more. So we could either risk it and wait for expiration. So right here at 2,900, right where the cursor is, this is the expiration, and wait that Ethereum won't reach that point right there where the crosshair is. Same thing for Bitcoin. We're looking at a 66, 67, and just wait that it won't reach there, and we can take a safer step and look down, protecting ourselves. So this is hard to speculate, hard to understand which way it will go or which way it won't go. But honestly, I think they will go up a little bit more, even if it is just by a small percentage, which means that I will be looking at puts for both of these. So let's go back, see if anything changed premium wise between the time I started recording to now, and we are going to be opening these options right now. So for Ethereum, I'm going to be opening the put 2625, and I'm going to be selling 3 contracts, 847 as margin and 618 premium that I'm going to get, which we're going to be looking at 0.72%. Amazing numbers, amazing numbers. I don't want to miss these. So I'm just going to sell this one right now. Yes. And we locked in this one for Bitcoin, 480 as premium, 749 as required margin. So by doing the math, we're looking at 0.64%. Again, ridiculous numbers. I usually don't take these risks, but again, because we are a little bit further than 24 hours, we're not doing 0 DT. We're doing 2 days to expiration, so 2 DT, which gives in that little extra premium, the little juice, more than if I would leave it to do tomorrow morning, which is usually between early morning to around lunchtime, where I open these positions. But because I'm recording this late at night before I go to sleep, these premium are a little bit juicier. So let's open this position as well. So to recap, I sold a Bitcoin 62,000 put, and I sold an Ethereum 2625 put. Let's mark those so we can see it visually and we can know a little bit better what to expect and where do we want Bitcoin and Ethereum to not be. Here we have the time and place for the puts that we sold, which is for August 26th, and the strike is 2625, 2,625 US dollars. For Bitcoin, it is similar. We have August 26th, and here we have 62,000 strike. So we sold 2 puts, and now we're going to be waiting to see how that turns out for us. Most likely by the time you're watching this video, you should know if these options were profitable or not, because it will be already after the expiration. So fingers crossed. I hope these are good. It is a huge premium on both cases. We are way over the 0.5% per day, which is ridiculous, huge numbers. And when you compound these numbers, you get ridiculous numbers, absurd numbers in some cases. So thank you so much. I hope this was insightful and you learned a little bit more. If you want to check out the topics for you to open your own Bitcoin or Ethereum positions, check out the first link in the description. That will help the channel. So thanks so much. Have a good Monday, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.